I just wanted to make a short note, somber, meditative note, if you will, folks. I mean, I'm serious about this. I'm going to make it really short. We see a mama goat and her baby goat who was just born a few days ago. The mama is teaching the baby already. There's something to eat here. There's grass. The baby picks up on that. These babies, the impressions they get from the very early age, like the fact that there's human beings that love them and care for them too. That's important when you handle these babies and even give them a little milk from a bottle. Haven't done that yet with this baby, but I will. I'll get some milk from her and I'll give it to the baby from the bottle to bond with that little baby goat. The point I'm making is, you see this grass? This is bahia that will soon be going dormant in the cool season. It doesn't matter what grass you have. If you've got goats frequenting this grass and eating this grass, you are going to have suffering and death. You're going to have parasites. You must rotate. You must get them into fresh areas at all times. And it's so hard to do for many people because they don't have the land and the paddocks set up, the zones and everything. And they think they're just going to raise them in one place. It's right there, folks. The larvae from the worms crawling up in the poops onto the grasses, that's what gets them. No amount of medicine is going to solve that, folks. So, it's all about the fencing. All about this stuff here. Lots of it. Lots of it. Land and fencing. It doesn't necessarily have to be a lot of land, but it has to be managed into different paddocks and to be able to move them around, and have channels to move them through, and heavy use areas where there's nothing green. Heavy use areas can't have anything like this. You can't have them eating anything there. It has to be completely dead material there, nothing, just soil and bark, whatever it may be. And then when you move them out, you got to move them to new green places. I just want to make that point because it's so hard for a lot of us to realize that. All of us go through phases where they're hanging around and they're eating here. And she's attacking the cat. She's really watching out for her baby with these cats, I'm telling you, folks. It's been funny. But I just want to really make that point, folks. It's something to strive for. And if you know anyone who has goats, you have goats, you know what I'm talking about. You see the truth in what I'm saying. Gotta work for it and strive for it. Even if there's just a few acres, you gotta parcel it all up. Just keep getting money into materials and building high tensile fencing and gates and just strategize on the whole system and plan how you're gonna be able to move through things. Plans change, of course, and priorities change all the time, but you got to look at all the different seasons, all the different things that can grow, and you just got to have the power to be able to move them in and out of places. Keep in mind also that smaller amount of space can be very productive with proper fertility, which goats add to the soil, and irrigation. You get sprinkler water on a 40-foot radius sprinkler, and you can have this grass coming back so much faster, like right here, the sprinklers that come over in this area. So it's really all within our power to provide the right environment for them, but you can't just let it go and just say, oh, well, they're just going to be here. This is their home. This is where they're going to be. This is where they're going to be eating in this grass every day and roaming around here all the time. It's a death sentence. It's just the way it is. It's just the larvae from that hatch from the eggs crawl up the grass on the dew a couple inches, and when they eat the short grass, the short plants, whatever it is, that's how they get the worm larvae. It doesn't happen when they're out roaming around in new pastures, in new zones, new paddocks, whatever you want to call them. And there's always ability to have them in a heavy use area where they're not eating something down there, but you're feeding them stuff from the outside, something you've harvested, stored. Like in the winter months, we got 3-4 months when that's pretty much how things are done. But you can have little paddocks with fresh turnips. They grow all through the winter. There's other things you can grow that are green, and there's the early spring grasses and forbs and legumes and such. You can flash graze them in there. You can even grow stuff in greenhouses for goats. We're working on goat greenhouses, actually. You can grow sprouts And get them a little bit of green material, even like wheatgrass that you grow continuously, sprouts from sunflower seeds and things. There's a lot of things you can do to get them to green even in those winter seasons, and keep them on the dry lot, on the heavy use area, as we call it, or dry lot, some people call it, the home base area where they're not going to be trying to eat something that they shouldn't at the ground level. So that's just really key in the management, and I just wanted to kind of bring that out in just a few words. Anyways, we got a mom and baby here that need to come back to the cabin here tonight. We've reunited them as the little baby was hunkered down under the transporter, the double axle transporter here. All right, let's get back to the cabin.